Hi everyone, so welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we will continue our chapter 3, theory of production. So in the last class, in the last video, we discussed about the total product, average product, and margin product, and we calculate these values with the help of this table, production function table, where we fix the capital at 4 units, and then we see that how with the increase in employment of labor, the total product is increasing, and then we also calculate AP and MP. Right. So let's continue, and I'll just shift it over here to this. One second. Yeah. So we will shift it over to above, and we'll just plot a graph from this table, and we plot PP and MP and see how they look like. Right. So yeah, let's draw a graph. We have this x-axis where which tells us about the labor, right? L stands for labor, or I'll just write it down. And on y-axis we have output. Okay. And we have the units like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here I'll just take it the intervals of 10. It will be better. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. All right. Now, in this case, we have 0 units of labor. 1 unit of labor produces 10 units of our total product. 2 units of labor produces 24 units of output. 3 units of labor produces 40 units of output. 4 units of labor produce 50 units of output. And 5 units of labor produces 56. Okay, so 56 comes over here, and 6 produces 57. All right. Now, this goes like this. Now the average product comes up at 1 unit. It produces, okay, I'll just take a different pen over here, and oh, I'll just take a pen. Yeah. Now 1 unit of output produces 10 units of output, like 10 units of average product, and 2 units produces have the average product of 2 units of employing 2 units of labor will be 12 units. Yeah, okay, right. So this is 12. On 3 units of labor, we have 16. Okay. And 4 units, we have again 10. And 5 units, we have 6. And on 6 units, we have 1. All right. So if I just plot these values like this. Okay. Now we have this again different color, which looks like this. On 1 unit, we have 10 units. On second, we have 12 units. Same. Okay. On 3 units, we have the MPS 13.33. So it's slightly higher than this. Then 4 units, we have again 12.5. So it is 4 units, it is 10. AAP was 10. So it is just above it, right? And on 5 units, we have 11.2. It's slightly lower. On 6 units, we have 9.5. So it's less than 10. So if I just join this, and I get MP as this line reflects marginal product. All right. Now, I'll just change once again to red and mention this as AP. This is AP, right? This line denotes AP. And let's come back to our original. This is to TP, right? So as you can see that how this TP graph looks like, this is total product, this is marginal product, this is average product. All right. Now, this entire, okay, and now you can see that, like, you can also comment on the total product, that as total product starts increasing, it is increasing at a very higher rate, but starts not, but it's not increasing at a similar pace after a level of after a certain level, right? And also you can also see that the total, if you see this total product, the rate at which it is increasing is being reflected by the marginal product. So as you can see that initially the total product is increasing at a very higher rate, and similarly the marginal product is also increasing. The marginal product is this is the yellow line, right? Now, but after a certain point, like let's say after this point or just starting this, the next employing on the next after the third unit, on the fourth unit, we see that the total product doesn't increase at a similar pace, at a very higher rate. It increases, however, but not at a same rate. So as you can see on fourth unit, the marginal product also starts falling, right? As you can see over here also, initially the marginal product was increasing, right? Total product is increasing continuously, right? However, marginal products that tells us the rate at which TP is increasing. So initially the total product is increasing, but after 3 units we see that yes, no, the rate is not same. The rate has started falling. The rate starts falling, right? Initially the rate is increasing, the rate of change or the rate of increase. And slowly the rate starts falling. Now, all right. So this is what is being said. This is what is being known as the law of variable proportions, or law of, I can say just law of variable proportions, or law of diminishing marginal product. So what is happening basically, the marginal product is falling after a certain level of after a certain level where the after a certain level where the employment starts increasing, uh, after a certain level of employment level, right? Employment level of a input, right? So basically, initially we see that as we keep on increasing, initially as we keep increasing the input level, increasing the labor, the input value of input, increasing the inputs, as we keep increasing the inputs, as we keep increasing the inputs, um, the output, as we keep increasing the inputs, level, the output level is increasing at an increasing rate, right? Or we can say the total product is increasing at an increasing rate. However, after a certain point, after a level, after a level, uh, the total product starts falling, starts increasing at a total product increases at a decreasing rate, right? So this is what is happening, that the margin product, that the return, that the output, that the output is not being to, more output is not being able to generate from adding more units of labor, right? So what does it mean? That as we employ more units of labor after a level, the total, it is not adding too much, the total output is not being increasing, or it is not adding up to the total output at a, like it is not generating more output, right? As we employ more units of labor after a level, total output total output total output total output doesn't fall, the total output um doesn't increase or doesn't output doesn't increase at a doesn't increase at a higher rate, or it starts falling, right? It increases at a very low rate, right? Higher rate. So the output is not being generated. The additional unit of labor is not adding up too much to the output. Additional unit of labor is not adding to the output generation, right? So why does it happen? The question comes at that why it happens. Why? Right. It happens because of the variable. The the reason is that the concept we need to understand that the concept of factor proportions. What is factor proportions? The concept of factor proportions. So basically what happened is that since we have two inputs, capital and labor, right? Capital and labor. So with the given level of with one level of our input is fixed. Since we have a one level of output, input is fixed with one level of input, which is fixed, that is capital. Additional, like the labor, additional units of labor after a certain level, after a certain point, additional units of labor after a certain point, it is not adding up. Like, right, it is not adding up. It is become crowded up. Additional units after a certain point becomes crowded, right? So just understand becomes crowded and it is not adding up to the total output, right? So just understand once we have this 4 units of capital is being fixed over here and we get to know that the farmer has this 4 hectares of land. Let's understand with this example that the farmer has 4 units of 4 hectares of land and it is employing he's employing more units of labor, 1 unit, 2 units, and and you see that yes, the total output is is being added up, right? It is being generated. 3 units of labor, 4 units of labor, and then again 5 units of labor. Then what do we get to know that on employing 1 unit of labor, we have 10 units. On employing 2 units of labor, we get 24. But after a certain point, the total output is not being added up too much. If he adds another labor, the total it becomes crowded, and it is not adding up to the uh, his output. So it doesn't add any value, right? So the additional unit becomes crowded and doesn't add any value, doesn't add much value to the output, right? Now, this, right. So basically, all right. So now this becomes, that's all. I guess that's all in this, that's all we can understand in this. And uh, we can understand also again with the total product if we want to plot a graph of, as we already seen, but just to for reiteration purpose, we can understand that the total product looks like this, right? It's basically like a it increases at an like it increases at an increasing rate and then starts falling. It increases at a falling rate. Now this becomes the labor and it becomes the output. Now let's say this we have this L, this is we have Q. Now similarly we can have these AP and MP we can also draw at the same graph. We have this, if we plot this L, we have after a point, we know that our average product looks like this. However, the MP looks like this and this starts falling, right? So it looks like this, or maybe not like this. It just looks like, yes. So at this point where the MP and AP intersects, we see that AP starts falling, right? So yeah, we will understand that also. But yes, as we can see that MP starts initially rises as the TPL increases, but after a certain point, it starts falling. And then we also see that average products and AP MP they intersect at one point. The AP starts falling, right? So that's about the, as we can see that APL, it has a maximum AP at L point, at L units of labor, right? So that's all for this. And yeah, I guess we will continue with the next topic in our next video. We will we will visit it again also, right? So if you have any questions, just do let me know, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Till then.